Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, June 28th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. If you thought that winning one of the most prestigious titles in women's physique and turning into one of the most talked about athletes in the sport in the blink of an eye would give her cause to back off the accelerator a little bit, then you don't know Autumn Swanson. The reigning Arnold Classic champion is still in the gym, training as hard as we've ever seen her, as she prepares to show the world that last March's victory was no fluke. Swanson has all the tools at her disposal to become one of the truly great champions in the division. But whether or not she has enough gas in the tank to handle the unstoppable force that has been Juliana Malachary still remains to be seen. Less than a week out from hitting the Chicago Pro stage, Tricky Jackson appears to be firing on all cylinders. Over the weekend, Tricky released some footage from his final leg training session heading into this weekend's contest. After hitting the reset button and bringing back a revitalized look to the stage last season, the new and improved Tricky looks to be well on his way to blowing right past last year's efforts. When he's at his best, Tricky Jackson is capable of beating just about anyone in the 212 division and should be considered one of the heavy favorites to bring home the win this weekend. And if he does manage to get the win, it might just be the tune-up he needs to kick his Olympia prep into high gear. Tricky Jackson isn't the only one looking to make some hay in the Windy City. This weekend, we're also going to get our first chance to see Dallas McCarver finally hit the stage. Late last week, new photos surfaced of a flat-out ridiculous-looking 286-pound McCarver who heads into Chicago with a whole lot of hype and expectations hitched to his wagon. McCarver has packed on at least another solid 10 pounds of muscle and might be sporting the best conditioning we've seen from him during his brief stint on a pro stage. And barring something crazy happening, I don't think there's any way he leaves the building without locking up a top 3 finish. It's been a while since we've heard anything from Monique Jones. The former North American overall champion and 3-time top 10 Olympia finisher has been unusually quiet as of late. But then again, she always was the type to let her physique do the talking. Over the weekend, Jones released a little bit of candid posing footage showing off world-class muscle that made her one of the most imposing forces in female bodybuilding from day one. Jones has yet to compete this year, but still looks like she could step right onto the stage and give anyone who's looking a fight a good run for their money. Jones hasn't announced when or if she plans to compete again, but I for one hope she does, because when you have that talent, a talent that great, you hate to see it ride off into the sunset. I'm not exactly sure what's going on over there in Kuwait, but Oxygen Gym is quickly becoming the new launching pad for some of the sport's top talent. Recently, New York's own Victor Martinez and John Delarosa made the pilgrimage out to the Mecca of the Middle East as they look both to enter into the next phase of their contest training. Rumor has it that right now, a completely monstrous-looking Rami is using Oxygen as ground zero for this year's contest prep and looks about as big and as scary as he's ever been. And with Victor, John, and Rami all likely to be top 10 finishers at this year's Olympia, it shouldn't surprise anyone if we slowly but surely start to see more athletes start to call Oxygen Gym their new home away from home. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.